It's Mom and Pop Video Shop.
Welcome back to the Mom and Pop Video Shop. I am Tyson.
I'm Joel.
And we're here for another weekly retro movie
Recommendation.
review or recommendation, whatever the case may be. We do both here. The idea is it's Friday night. You've rushed in because your girlfriend and your Dominoes are both cooling down in your Ford Probe, and you need something to take home to watch.
No, not Little Caesars?
Little Caesars would be a good one, too.
Yeah.
Remember
Back in the day, too, where you get two? Remember? You buy one, get one?
Yeah, and some bitch would cost you like $5.
Yeah.
Oink oink.
And it's
Both
almost
of
like they
those.
were always in a Kmart thing, right? Like they were always
Usually like our
in a Kmart.
strip mall or something. Yeah.
Like
Ours was a...
my Little Caesars was in like.
I remember
Kmart,
those,
like
but mine
that.
was actually
Yeah.
part of a strip mall. But continue.
What the hell are we covering?
I don't know. Doesn't matter.
You know, I know what we're
Now
covering.
I'm hungry.
So this does technically fall. My pick this week does fall into the horror category.
Okay.
But it's not so much blood and guts, although you do get some pretty horrific stuff in it. It's definitely more psychological. It's it's definitely a cult horror, which is one of my.
Not as in like a cult classic, but you mean like literally like
cults.
Cults.
And a cult.
Got it.
Yes. And I'm anxious to see if you've seen this one, and even more anxious to see how you feel about it, because something tells me that this might be one of those
Where I might not go so high on the tapage.
Exactly, but I happen to love it.
Okay.
It's from 1999. There's a hint for you.
99.
It is a cult film.
Cult film? 99.
Frank Langella.
Holy crap. Give me a second. 99. Like immediately Frank Langella, I said brain scam. Like, nope, that's 94. Frank Langella.
He's great in it, but
Don't do it.
if I give you the other actor, I'll probably give it away.
Okay, good.
Johnny Depp?
Oh, dude, is it First Power?
No.
Oh, that's 91.
But you're
Okay, and I was thinking Blue Diamond Phillips anyway.
you're in the ballpark.
That's not even close.
I'm talking about 1999's The Ninth Gate.
I'm not even in the ballpark, as they say.
I don't know why I said the First Power. I think in my head I had because Frank Langella's not in that either. So you ready for this?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have nothing to say because I don't think
You've never seen it? You've never seen The Ninth Gate?
Nope.
Interesting.
I know. I remember when it came out, but hence why I had no idea what the hell it was. Yeah.
So I have a feeling
Okay.
that the folks that come into the Mom and Pop Video Shop, you folks at home, a lot of you may have seen this, and I'm anxious. I bet it's going to be 50-50.
I totally
I
thought
have
you were
a
going to pull out one of those. Like, I don't think they were cult based, but they had that like end of the millennium, like supernatural, like Bless the Child. Remember those that came out in that time? And a lot of those I didn't like, if memory serves. But again, I never got to this one.
That's not what this is, but I feel like this is going to be.
This was a Polanski.
It was Polanski.
Oh, okay.
It is a Roman Polanski film.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's some love and hate, but I'll read the back of this and then I'll talk about it and see if I can't, get Joel to say something or another.
Okay.
Right off the bat, according to Thelma Adams of Us Magazine, Johnny Depp goes head-to-head with Lucifer in Roman
as you
Polanski's
do.
new thriller. So Johnny Depp stars as Dean Corso, an unscrupulous rare book dealer who is hired to locate the last remaining copies of The Nine Gates of the Shadow Kingdom, a demonic manuscript that can summon the devil. Corso becomes embroiled in a conspiracy involving murder, theft, and satanic ritual, and ultimately finds himself confronting the devil incarnate. Johnny Depp in this film has my dream job. Basically, rich people pay him a ton of money to go out and find rare books and rare manuscripts, and his particular character is a shitbag and will swindle his way, it doesn't really spoil too much, but the opening scene is essentially this old guy that's had a stroke and unable to communicate, so his children are selling off his collection. So, of course, he takes full advantage and goes in and, this is worth this much, but, this selection here of these original
They have no idea what he's got,
4-volume Don Quixote aren't really worth that much, so I'd be willing to give you that. Anyway, the point is he gets hired by Frank Langella to, it's really interesting what they do. There's a certain book that, as the back of the DVD box suggests, it's able to summon the devil. But there was 3 copies in existence. So all these people that fork over this huge amount of money to own a copy, they always wonder, look, is my copy a forgery? Like, who has the original copy? Which copy of the ninth,
Gate?
The 9 Gates of the Shadow Kingdom, which copy is the legitimate, real copy that could actually summon the devil? So
Gotcha.
Frank Langella hires Dean Corso to find the other remaining copies, compare them to his copy,
Okay.
and see if he can figure anything out. So
That's an interesting concept.
So it's almost like a detective story. It was based on a book called The Club Dumas, as in Alexander Dumas,
Got it.
I believe.
Yeah.
I have read it. I will say I like the film infinitely better than
Okay.
the book. The book
Okay.
was a bit of a slog. But it's cool. So you get this, it's very psychological. You get this mystery thriller where basically Johnny Depp's a detective. It starts in New York City and then winds up all over Europe because these copies are spread basically throughout Europe and the US. And as he seeks out each copy, the stakes get a little bit higher. Weird shit starts to happen. He's pursued by, again, cult members. And this, of course, there's the mysterious, gorgeous woman that shows up to rescue him, in times of peril at just the last moment. And you don't really know what her story is. In fact, I think in the credits, she's just referred to as the girl or the woman. And interestingly enough, in the book, she's referred to as Irene Adler. So Sherlock Holmes fans will recall that's...
we'll take his word for it, won't we, kid?
Yeah, it's the only character to ever best Sherlock Holmes was Irene Adler, the woman he fell in love with. But she's not referred to as Irene Adler in the movie. She's just the girl.
Who knew? No one.
But there's some genuinely creepy ass scenes. Anything with the devil and summoning the devil, you can imagine. Roman Polanski certainly puts his spin on it. The soundtrack is freaking cool. It's got one of those endings that some people hate this, some people love this, but there's a lot of room for interpretation.
I tend to like endings like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like you look at it's definitely one of those that if you're like me, you're going to Google what other people have said about it just to see if you're on the right track. And the good news, bad news, depending on how you look at it, is to this day, nobody really has a sure answer on what the intent was. I don't know what, again, it's long. 133 minutes.
Yeah,
so it's a little bit on the long side.
Yeah.
And I will say that you start feeling that a little bit as you get into it. But for whatever reason, and I think it's just the book aspect and how I just love old antique books and especially old occult antique books. There's just something cool that the idea that somewhere out there that's a profession.
Yeah.
Where that you specialize in that, you know what I mean? And obviously it could lead you down a path like this, which is not necessarily all that cool, but I'm trying to think if there's anybody else in this that...
Yeah, I remember when it came out. I remember the title. I remember thinking, yeah, maybe. But I feel like that window, again, in 99, there was quite a few of those kind of movies that came out. And I just remember the trailer or something just didn't do that much.
It's not a possessed kid movie, though. It's truly this group of... and I think it says something about it. There may be a message in there, too, that it's like the richest, the elitist of the rich folks, they're the kind of people that would, fork over $500,000 for a book just so they could see if they could summon the devil, There's something
I don't know why you're so cynical.
And then they would like bicker about it to see, well, my copy's better than your copy.
Yes.
It just seems like something that super rich people would do. Right?
Yeah, because we're going to assume that none of you would fall into that bucket like us. We're just the schlubs who can't afford $500,000 for a stinking book.
It's a reason.
And if I could, why would you? That's the thing I don't get. Why you have $500,000 that you could just spend?
Oh shit! Yeah, I would. Wow. Hell yeah.
Of course you would.
If I had more money than I knew what to do with, I would totally buy books.
As opposed to using it to do positive things in the world.
If you could get like an original print of, I'm just trying to think of a movie that would.
Would I spend $500,000 on it though?
London After Midnight.
Great.
But
that's different. That's
London
different.
After Midnight.
Okay, if I can buy it so that I'm helping give that back to the world, that's different than I'm just buying it for my own selfish.
Such a goody two.
I'm not trying to be a goody two shoes, but I can justify that because I can say that's almost like a business decision. Like, I'm spending $500,000, which must be honest, be a hell of a lot more than that. But I'm spending $500,000 for a print.
Hypotheticals here.
Yeah. Okay.
Look, the moral of the story is I'm the kind of guy that if I had $500,000,
you would try to summon the devil.
I would buy it.
Let's pray he never makes money. So, we've established apparently some of us would do bad things with lots of money.
I freaking dig The Ninth Gate, but I'm really, really interested, sincerely, to see those of you that have seen it. Do you love it? Do you hate it? I feel like that's what it's going to be. Maybe some of you are in between.
And yes, we're fully aware Roman Polanski's a douchebag. Just get that out of the way
We
now.
talked about this. You can love the art and hate the artist.
Correct.
Right?
Setting it aside, it's a
Exactly.
movie on its own merits.
It's a cool movie that I dig.
Yeah.
You know, I like Rosemary's Baby as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Rosemary's Baby is a fantastic film. Yeah.
So track this one down.
Yep.
Watch it once. If you hate it, come and leave me some hate mail in the comments. That's fine. But I hope some of you at least dig this. And if any of you are like me and think that he has the dream job of tracking down rare cult books and getting paid sick amounts of money for it, let me know that too. Because maybe we could, I don't know, maybe we could start a movement and we could all quit our day jobs. Quit the mom. I would never quit Mom and Pop Video Shop, but
Because you make so much.
Speaking of hypotheticals,
Yeah.
you know, if I could go out and do that for a living, yeah, that's pretty cool. So,
Yep.
anything else you want to add
No.
on the Ninth Gate? I know you haven't seen it.
No.
You should.
I should. I probably
If
should.
for
I
no
will.
reason,
I feel like I will at some point. Yes.
That's all I've got, folks. Thanks so much for stopping by the Mom and Pop Video Shop. And remember, at Mom and Pop's, our love of
The Secret Window. With whoa. God, it was possessed.
just jumped out of my hand.
With Johnny Depp.
And John Turturro. Never stops.